Back in the 1920s, when the AHA was formed, it was because of volunteers who saw an opportunity to make a difference. And through the decades, it is because of volunteers that the American Heart Association has been such a successful and impactful organization. And so the new focus on volunteerism that we've had over the past couple of years has really provided a spark of energy to volunteers and to staff as we focus on making the biggest difference possible. And so I wanted to touch for a couple of minutes on some of the priorities we've identified with volunteerism. And there are so many, many ways in local communities that we can do more things and build upon the great things that we've done to make a difference for volunteers feeling more engaged in our work. But here are three things that are a main focus for me as the CEO and for all of you as staff of the association. The things that I have been focused on are as follows. How do we strengthen our local boards? How do we build more opportunities so that volunteers can see themselves and see an opportunity to make a difference in our mission and to make a difference in how we generate revenue to support our goals? And how do we grow our staff competencies around volunteerism? There is no doubt when I look across the country and I see the expert staff that we have working for the AHA, that we have competencies in many, many things, and that if we take and build upon those great competencies and have even more of a sense that staff are experts at recruiting and mentoring and working with volunteers, we can have the best impact possible on the mission and goals of the AHA. So in terms of strengthening local boards, here is what we're focused on, and I'm so proud to say that just today we had hundreds of staff across the association participate on the launch of our Gold Standard Board Recognition Program. Over the past many months, led by a task force of staff and volunteers, we've created this vision for what a gold standard board would look like in our communities across the country. And those gold standard boards will focus on things like implementing mission to a very significant level, raising money, focusing on having volunteers that are engaged for many, many things that we do as an association. It will look at things like how we advocate in our communities and how we build a plan for having the most significant representation of a cross-section of volunteers as possible, working on behalf of the AHA every single day. And so the Gold Standard Board recognition is a main way that we will strengthen our local boards. But to support that, we've also done several things like providing tools and resources through our board meetings that rock webinars. We had a community planning process that we launched last spring where we invited together volunteers to think about how they could look at their communities and make decisions about the AHA mission and revenue priorities that best fit the needs of their communities. And today we have launched 70 markets that are focusing on 220 supporting initiatives in their communities. That is really major and will help us achieve the mission of the AHA. And then of course we focused on new volunteer orientation and making sure that we have the resources to support orienting volunteers as they take on new roles for the association.